hours to the Federal High Court ruling on the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Onolen's corruption case. So let's bring you up to speed with what has happened so far in the past 48 hours. Now, yesterday we heard the Social Democratic Party presidential candidate Jerry Ghana basically criticized the federal government's handling of this case. Now, according to him, he says it is a muzzling of the judiciary. And then just today, we heard reports, albeit false though, that FFK former aviation minister Femi Fani-Kayode had insinuated that the EFCC had raided CJN's residence. Well, the EFCC came out just a little earlier to say that was not true, even threatening to sue Femi Fani-Kayode and all the perpetrators of that story. And then just a few hours ago, another bombshell, the CUPP, Coalition of United Political Parties, and the Inter-Party Advisory Committee came out to issue a statement. And that statement is another big one. They say there are reports, they have evidence that the assets, or rather the bank accounts, the domiciliary bank accounts that seem to be the bone of contention that the CJN did not declare, these accounts are about to be frozen. How did they get this information? What does that mean? And how does that affect tomorrow's Federal High Court hearing? All these and more we'll be talking about right here on Milord on Roots TV Nigeria. Meanwhile, we have been doing extensive coverage of this particular case. Various aspects of it. I mean, we have reports on our website that you can go and watch. RootsTV.ng, www.rootstv.ng. Just go there, or our YouTube page to see all our various coverages as we continue to follow the story. All right, let's go straight ahead to introduce our first guest in the studio. He is the spokesperson for the CUPP and IPAC. Interestingly, he is also a legal practitioner in the person of Ugochinyere Ikenga. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
It's good to have you on the show. All right, let's go straight to it. What led you, what inclination, what evidence do you have to declare that, based on your press conference just a few hours ago, that the account of the CJN Walter Onolen is about to be frozen? All those accounts, what evidence do you have that this is about to happen?
I need to start by telling you that it's not even just about the evidence we have. It's about events that is going to unfold in the days ahead. The people after CJN are men who learned their politics from Mugru to Seseko School of Law. These are men who are intolerant to opposing view. These are men who believe that they can bulldoze their way and get whatever they want. The offensive against the CJN is not about fight against corruption. It's because of the ongoing 2019 election preparation and the post-election litigation and composition of the panels that we hear appealed. And I can tell you boldly that it's not something that is in dispute, that the ruling party has planned and perfected strategies to rig the election. But they didn't take into consideration that there's a judiciary. Now they have realized that the possibility that the judiciary will not have failed this electoral abracadabra they want to visit on our people. And that is why you see them going after the CJN. And you have seen what happened when a petition was written on Wednesday night, and on the 10th, which is Thursday, they have finished the investigation. On Friday, which is 11th, they have filed their charges. That is the fastest you can get anywhere in the world.
Somebody on the show called it supersonic speed.
Yes, even the Canadian investigative agent that is reputed to be the best in the world in terms of efficiency is even crying because Nigeria has done 24 hours, completed the investigation, dealt with the petition, and have charged the man. Looking at the beginning stage, you will know that this was calculated as destroying the CJN. And now we have gotten information. And I want to thank Nigerians who have been providing CUPP with authentic information in the last 5 months. The Attorney General, who is at the head of this whole assault on the institution of the judiciary, has written a letter to the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, NFIU, freeze shut. Not even the one, as I speak to you now, the accounts of the Chief Justice of the Federation have been freezed, and that of his family. And I gave you the document, it has been treated, it has been acted upon, and the opposition can confirm that authoritatively to you. But the question will ask ourselves, why this desperation? You remember that in the first place, under section 292 of the Constitution, the procedure for removing the CJN for gross misconduct is well spelled out. Once you have an address that is supported by 2/3 resolution of the Parliament, the President removes him. If they thought that the CJN has committed, act of abuse of office, the president should have forwarded the petition to the Senate and they would have removed him. But that notwithstanding, there is also judicial precedent going by the judgment in the case of Nganjowa in 2017 December and the case also in Mbuta in May 2018, where you cannot investigate a serving judicial officer until you have referred the matter to the NJC and have been stripped of the judicial immunity. But then, apart from the fact that the case at this Code of Conduct Tribunal was adjourned, there is also a ruling of the Federal High Court that says all parties to maintain status quo, including the Attorney General of the Federation. So the question now is, why did the Attorney General violate the ruling of the Federal High Court that said state action on all matters concerning to this allegation? Now you go ahead and send a letter to NFIU and then say they should freeze the account of the CJ, which is part of the matter that is in question. I've
got two questions for you. Number one, this man is being investigated. Let's just play devil's advocate a little bit. This is a person, let's assume he has done something wrong. Isn't it proper to freeze the said accounts that are in contention as the investigations go on? They will do it for a regular person, so what's the big deal here?
We are not talking about financial misappropriation. We're not talking about that the fund that was funding CJ account is being questioned because it was stolen fund. We're talking about mere administrative issues of assets declaration that he did not declare his assets. This is what we're talking about.
So you think it's not criminal enough?
The money is not a proceed of crime, and they are not making any allegation that the money is proceed of crime. And also, since there's a judgment, a ruling of a Federal High Court that says state action on everything that has to do with the CJ, why do you now write a letter and say seize and freeze his account because it's a subject of an ongoing investigation and trial? And when there's an injunction on that, the Attorney General have been acting in a very lawless manner since normally. The disciplinary committee is supposed to have deroged him because he had helped the president to pervert justice. He has helped the president to lead offensive and assault against the sacred principles of the rule of law principle and so on and so forth. And you are very much aware that judgments of court have not been obeyed by the government. And you have
exactly.
that have been defending it.
That's what I was about to say to you. Why are you so surprised? This is a government that has never really ever obeyed court rulings and all of that. So why are you surprised?
And that is why today we are calling on Nigerians that if they are sleeping, they should wake up. If they are eating, they should stop and join the struggle to save our great country and our democracy from being burned down by these men who have learned their politics from Cruises of Burundi.
Now, you are calling on Nigerians. Be specific. What do you want them to do beyond just stop sleeping and stop eating? What are the specific actions, according to you, that you want these Nigerians who are watching you right now to take to ensure, quote unquote, that the judiciary is not muzzled, if I should borrow a leaf from the SDP presidential candidate? What should they do? Be specific.
If you have watched what happened in the Arab Spring, people stood up against those dictators. There's powers that the citizens have. Their civil rights, their power, civil disobedience. People should not just keep and then be watching by the side. And because the president thinks he can get away with all these impunities and iniquities, that's why he keeps doing it. If the people can come out, both even the judicial and support the judicial and support the opposition, we can root them out through this the procedure of the election. And apart from that, once the people are speaking up, these men of impunity will reduce their atrocities. It's because people are keeping quiet. That's why they think they can overrun everybody. Now they are the doorstep of the judiciary to crash it.
Earlier today, you alleged that they could be a threat to the life of the CJN and his family based on what is going on right now. What gave you that inclination to declare that today? And do you have any proof of this?
First of all, I have given you a document written by the Attorney General clamping down on his family assets and his financial assets so that the CJN cannot even feed or eat. And let me tell you this, there have been strange characters moving around his residence. Forget that the CJN is a institution of the Federation. There are some comments he may not make. But our intelligence have shown that they are stifling him, they are pushing him, they are monitoring him. They want to force him out at all costs. And I want you to understand that it's about the post-election tribunal composition. The president and his party know that if they go to commit those electoral abracadabra, that the court will set it aside. Now they want to throw the CJN. What they want to do is to destroy the bench and give it to a carpenter who will just unloose it. And they are looking for a judge that will be willing to walk from the bedroom of APC chieftain. That's what this is all about. And as opposition, we cannot sit back and watch them destroy the only remaining institution that our people look up to.
As a legal practitioner, can they do this? Can they get him out? Can they force him out?
They cannot. Because the opposition is going to not only resist this, we will make sure that they do it.
I asked you from the
there is no provision, there is no legal provision for the president and his rampaging army of men of impunity to force him out of office. The law is clear. It's only to third resolution of the Senate that can remove the CJN. And let me say this clearly. If President Mohammed Buhari, let him continue on this inglorious path. But on this one, he will not have his way. The CJ will not go anywhere, and he will stay there and ensure that the 2019 election post-litigation is done in a way that is partial, that is unbiased for the good of our
Okay, so what are you expecting tomorrow? With 17th, we're all going to go to the Federal High Court to hear a lot of things. Hopefully, both parties are going to be there according to Monday's ruling. What are you expecting to see? What are you expecting to hear?
The charge is defective. The charge is dead. There is even no charge. The Federal High Court will quash it because it's very simple. Going by the provision of 292, it is to adopt resolution. Going by the judgment in the case of Nganjua in December 2017 and the judgment in Ngota in May 2018, you cannot. The condition precedent has not been fulfilled. The Federal High Court will throw that matter into the dustbin. That's where it belongs to. And if not because the Code of Conduct Tribunal, I don't know how he behaves. Normally that matter is not supposed to come up here. The judge is not supposed, he's supposed to have discarded the matter. But I don't know whether they are using all the allegations of financial embezzlement against him like a rope to be making him to be doing what he's doing. Because the same justice have struck out cases that involve judicial officers that the condition precedent was not met. So why do you have to bring the CJ? If I'm the CJ, I will not step my foot inside that court.
Well, he actually did not step his foot in that court on Monday. Finally, what if the Federal High Court does not squash this particular case?
We are not in Burundi or Congo. There is no way the Federal High Court will not quash it. Because Section 292 is clear, judgments, superior judgments, even the judgment have been affirmed by the Court of Appeal. So what the Federal High Court is being asked is whether by virtue of the judgment in Ngandua and Ngota and Section 292, can these men continue their practice in the CCT? And the answer is no. The Federal High Court will strike it that it's impossible that matter will see the light. It will be struck out. It belongs to legal dustbin.
And you're still watching Milord right here on Roots TV in Nigeria. We have been listening to, of course, Ikenga. You are feisty indeed. And he is very sure, very confident that tomorrow, when I say tomorrow, we're just a few hours away, just a few hours from now when the Federal High Court sits to hear on this case, it will be squashed, thrown into the legal dustbin, according to him. All right, like I said to you, we have been following this case entirely from the very get-go, so you can go to rootstv.ng to see all of our reports and read a lot of things that we have written about this, and we will continue to follow it. Just to round up our conversation today, you're part of the opposition party. I mean, 16th is just about around the corner, February 16th, and you're already anticipating, you and a whole lot of other opposition parties are anticipating probably rigging, and like you said, they didn't see, or somebody just reminded them, or it just came up all of a sudden that the constitution of the election tribunal, which most of you would probably go to after the elections, would constitute a problem. Now, February 16, what if he is removed? Yes, we need to consider that. What if Walter Nolan is removed and the president wins again?
Like we said,
what happens?
Let me say this clear. Come February 16, 2019, the opposition will serve President Mohammed Buhari a devastating blow that will make what happened to Kabila and Kogi child's play. There is no way he will escape this one. And when the time comes, if the new Inspector General of Police refuse to be unbiased, we will activate the opposition code 20.
Which
we will read them. We will read them. Under Section 20 of the Administrative Criminal Justice Act, there is provision that gives the people power to make police functions of arrest when you see people committing offense. If they continue on this path of impunity, we will mobilize our people and adopt the opposition code 20 that we have announced. We will meet them in the field. At the end of the day, the will of the people will triumph. Thank you so much, Ikenga, for taking our time to talk to us here on Roots TV Nigeria. Milord, you stay right here on the dial.